Hello, everyone. My name is Rosina Romero, and I actually was able to complete a success coaching session as well as do the writing lab. And I originally was going to talk about my success coaching session just because I enjoyed the conversation so much. But today, earlier this morning, I was able to complete my session with the writing lab and really enjoyed what I got out of it. Um, she, we went over my paper, and she was able to point out a few things as well as ask me of my own opinion and what I felt about my paper, where she wanted to know where I felt I needed additional help with, and I mentioned to her that I was concerned with both the flow of my paper as well as punctuation. I tend to either overuse commas or just not put them in the right area. Um, so at first she wanted to go over the flow because she mentioned that I would probably lose more points if the flow of the paper and the structure overall was not not good. Then I would probably lose more points that way versus a few mistaken commas. um, I I felt I got a lot out of my session because she was able to help me realize that instead of making multiple paragraphs, I kind of put everything in one giant paragraph, which takes like a page or two. And she helped me realize where it's appropriate to make the break into another paragraph. And that was very helpful for me because I went from having two paragraphs in my paper to having four or five. And I can say I definitely hanging on to a lot of information that I got. Even with punctuation and commas, and having someone look over your paper with you and give you their insight and giving you some pointers, for me, was very beneficial. I tend to doubt myself, and even when I find something, I'm like, well, that doesn't seem right, and then I'm like, oh well, I'm just overthinking, so I ignore it. And she helped me realize that sometimes when you see things like that, like I did feel my paper was not flowing right, and she was able to point out that indeed it was not flowing right. So that was great, and I was able to go back and confidently edit my paper, and I do feel a lot more confident about my paper, and I can say I will definitely use the writing lab again in the future, and I would recommend it to everybody out there that the writing lab is an awesome opportunity and take advantage of it. But yeah, so that's all.